What's up, guys? I'm 8-Bit Vic. Hey, I wanted to take a moment to show you guys some of the ship modifications that I made to my ship here in Starfield. It's so cool to be able to make modifications to your ship in a menu and build it how you want, and then step inside that ship and then pilot it. It's crazy cool. This is actually the starter ship that you get in the game called Frontier. I made some heavy modifications, mainly like missiles and lasers. I moved around. I added some additional cargo. I added some habitat spaces on the inside for extra crew space, crew stations, research stations, and some cargo. So I'll show you where I did that. There's multiple places you could do it. Right now, I'm in Aquila City over here at Ship Services. All right, so this is the menu where you can adjust your ship. You can inspect it, and what you're able to do is go over to Ship Builder, and in here, if you hit G, I'm on PC, obviously, so if you hit G, you can start adding on different components. There's a whole bunch of different categories, from weapons, bay, cargo, different cockpits, all that. So essentially what I did was, the original ship only had like these thrusters. This is an original cargo unit. You know, I had 2 passenger slots that was part of the ship. So some of these are from the original ship, and then I plopped in 2 new ones on the inside. I wish I'd recorded this while I was doing it, but I wasn't really planning on it. But I plopped on 2 on the inside, so like passenger slots here. So when you first enter the ship, you enter it from down here, and then you'll pop in right here, and there'll be some beds for passengers, and then you can enter this habitat over here. This one over here is a workshop, so it's got like research stations for like industrial research, weapons research, and then you'll come over here. It's got control stations, so it's got stations for different crew members to work on computers, and then this was the original space that was in the original ship, so I left that just for extra space, and so that it's kind of symmetrical. And then these pieces up top, they're mainly for. There's some pieces when you go into the add-ons menu that are essentially classified as structural, so they're just kind of there as cosmetic pieces, or so that you have different attachment points for other things. So this whole piece in the middle is, this piece up front is, I moved my cannons up top, and then I put storage containers on either side of it, and then I moved the missile launchers that were originally attached to the original piece up here to the bottom, and then and then that was it. So shield generators on this side. I got my fuel tanks on the opposite side. Since I added all this stuff, it did add extra space, and it was starting to take away from my ship's jump range. So to do that, I upgraded the jump drive to a bigger one that had a lot more thrust, so I can have at least somewhat of a decent starting jump range. And then so my engines weren't kind of being overpowered, I added 2 extra smaller engines to the side of these habitats. So I got an extra one here and an extra one here. Originally it just came with these 2, so these are the stock engines. So all in all, like all those modifications I made, like only cost me like maybe 18,000-20,000 units, I think. It wasn't actually that expensive. It's not that expensive to upgrade your ships. Now, I'm sure that it goes a lot more in depth as you continue the game and you get more and more upgrades, but it wasn't too bad so far. So we'll walk back out here, and I'll take you through the ship, give you kind of a quick little tour, and then that's going to be the end of the video. So yeah, I really just wanted to show off what I did and kind of how amazing it is to be able to build your own ship. What's up, Vasco?
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
All right, thanks, dude.
Recycled air. Just isn't the same as the real thing.
So I'm going to be walking through here so you can see pretty good. So yeah, so that original place I was saying you can come up into, the kind of the crew quarters, that's what this is. So there's a spot, you can sleep at either of these beds. That'll restore your health, burn up some time. And this is that research station kind of habitat area that I built. So now on the ship, I'm able to do modifications for workbench, or modifications for weapons. Got a spacesuit workbench, and then an industrial workbench. So I end up building a lot of stuff. And then in here, this is the additional the computer habitat that I added that has like 4 computer stations for crews. I don't know how many crew members eventually you'll start having. I know you can hire a lot more. I just have kind of some of the bare minimum like storyline guys that are with me, but you can definitely hire more, and I'm assuming that you need stations for them to work at, so I just kind of added a couple, especially since it wasn't that expensive. And then this was the original habitat module that was in the original Frontier. I left it. I don't even really have a reason to get rid of it. Plus, again, like I was trying to keep it somewhat symmetrical from side to side. So you have a navigation console. You can come over here and navigate kind of where you want to go to. Pick and plot your courses. There's this table here, I guess, if you want to sit down. And that's it. I guess there's another research station over here, too. I'm not sure what this is. I haven't messed with this. Oh, I think you can unlock different blueprints in here. Yeah, for pharmacology, equipment, weapons. Okay. Cool. Definitely glad I kept this thing in here then. Alright, last but not least, we'll head up front to the, I don't really know what it's called. The cockpit? This I haven't changed. I'm assuming you can get other ones that maybe have room for more crew members. Right now, I think there's 2 crew stations up here. Yeah, there's 2 crew stations up here, and you can access your cargo here. I did add an additional cargo module up top. I'm assuming it's just, it gets added onto here. I haven't really messed with it yet, but yeah, I got a lot more cargo in the ship. Originally it was about 450, and now I got 905, so that's pretty good. Not bad at all. And so you don't have to go into the menus. You can easily come in here and just grab stuff. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And this is the pilot seat. So yeah, just a quick little overview on kind of what I did. I'm just really sharing what I did. Again, this isn't a guide or anything like that. Man, this is crazy cool. I've never played a game where I could modify a ship and build a ship to this extent and then walk inside of it and see it all in working order and in use. So man, I'm going to be spending a lot more time doing this and modifying the ship a bit more. And I also like that it's not that expensive. It doesn't cost an insane amount of money to do any of these things. I think this research cargo habitat module, whatever this is called, man, this thing was probably only like 2,000 units, something like that. Some of them are pretty cheap. So yeah, again, anyways, thanks for coming with me on my short little tour of my starter modified Frontier ship, and have a good one, y'all.